Collective, what is going on? Welcome to the channel. I am Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to be looking at the energy for the full moon. So welcome. Let's get into it. It's been a little intense lately, especially astrologically, and this full moon is no different. Surprise, surprise. If you are more sensitive to the energies that surround you, you can definitely feel that tension, that push and pull. This full moon is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is a very strong energy. It's a very stable energy. It thrives off of endurance. So being able to push through even when we don't want to, or we feel exhausted, burned out from all the things that are going on around us. It directly relates back to that level of commitment, right? Commitment to choosing a life of happiness and fulfillment, being able to look at the deeper layers of people, places, and things that are working for us, with us, making us feel loved and supported on our journey versus that which doesn't. So we'll start out with this energy cleansing, just kind of set the intention, cleanse out bad vibes, heavier energy, heavier vibrations, releasing illusions, blocks, obstacles. This is also a really good time to set your own intention for the reading. If you're going through something and you would like Spirit to answer those questions or deliver messages, set that intention now and be open to receive. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for our highest and best. Fear, doubt, insecurity, lack of worth, lack of value, fears, limitations, anger, frustration, not allowing ourselves to see, sense, and feel what is in the highest and best for us. Help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, Mama Love, Divine Mother Love. Amen. We all need it, right? We all need that love. I say it all the time, but life can be very traumatic, very traumatizing, especially modern day where there is a lot more selfishness and ego-based instant gratification. It makes it really easy to not commit to anything for too long. And regardless of where we fall on that spectrum, what our belief is, etc., we are collectively in a time of change. When Pluto enters into Aquarius, we are being called to fight for, to choose the things that we want, the things that make us feel, I love this, how powerful. Aquarius rules the 11th house. It's things that make us feel happy and abundant and fulfilled. It is the utopia, that ideal, the fantasy that we build for ourselves. And it is through the building of a strong foundation. We can't really have this quote unquote wish fulfillment if we don't have a strong foundation underneath, because someone or something is going to shake that up, right? And that's, again, part of where we're at collectively with the astrology, is kind of weeding out the people, places, and things that aren't really in alignment, or, they've served their purpose in our life. And again, those are hard things to look at, but we are fighting this battle within, especially on this full moon, between what makes us feel good, and I'm saying not in, again, that kind of like lower vibrational or instant gratification type way, like the quick fixes. This is more the longevity, when it's like, I really love that person or that job or what I'm doing because it makes me feel good about me. That is what it means to feel supported. And when we don't have that, we're always questioning ourselves. We're living in fear and anxiety, fear of the unknown, messing up in the past, that kind of vacillation back and forth, and not really being present in the here and now. And I'm talking about all this because there is a lot of water energy present with this full moon, meaning that not only do full moons amplify the energy, make people, things, situations erratic, it's also, being maximized by all the placements in water. Right now, the Sun, Mercury, Venus, and the Fortune Point are all in Cancer. And then we still have Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, which it really is just, we're feeling a lot of the feels. There's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of resistance to the changes that are happening, or people not understanding why we're making these changes, or not getting the results that we want. It's really bringing up a lot for us individually, and then how we relate with our environment directly, what those dynamics are. Ooh, I love it. Double confirmation on that Capricorn energy. The moon is in Capricorn, and so Capricorn is what forces us to do the hard work, to achieve, to overcome the harder situations. Capricorn also rules Saturn, which, ironically or not, right now, for the full moon, nothing is aspecting it. That's pretty dope. That basically means that if we're just paying attention, not getting caught in the drama and the chaos, paying attention to ourselves, our wants, our desires, making choices in alignment with that, not getting sucked into people's drama, we can actually move through this quite fluidly. Even though there's tension, there's also things that help support us. And a lot of times support comes through, like I said, when we're not getting so emotionally sucked in, when we can just have more of that bird's eye perspective and say, this sucks, this hurts, maybe I wish it was different, but I know it's not going to serve me going down the road. And in some cases, it's actually blocking me, right? Knight of Wands, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, someone who is really immature, someone who doesn't really get it, someone who is intentionally blocking the hard work and the effort that you're putting in. You're pushing forward, and pushing forward in a way that you're working on all aspects of yourself, understanding, again, that value of a strong foundation and understanding what it takes in order to achieve that. This Knight of Wands doesn't like it because, I feel like you're not appeasing their ego. You're not giving them what they want. They want you to come to them. They want you to extend the hand of love or offering, right? Ace of Cups. I want you to fill my bucket. I want you to make me feel good about me. And, honestly, it shows you focused on other things. It shows you focused on what you're trying to achieve. I also love that this Capricorn energy is number 10. In numerology, that is closing off a cycle. You're in the final throes of this, and we're seeing this a lot as well collectively, especially with Pluto being in retrograde. Yeah. Working really hard to build that foundation. This is the foundation of longevity and success. And basically what this is saying is someone is trying to infiltrate that. For everyone that will resonate differently. That could be a person or a situation, a friend, a family member, a job choice, etc. But that can also just be someone or like a pattern within you, a way you think or feel about yourself, what you feel like you deserve. Spirit's asking you to let it go, let it go, let it go, right? don't hold on to it anymore. Yeah, it's this value of, I feel like seeing your hard work, seeing the efforts that you have put into things, and right now is the time to believe in ourselves as well, right? Instead of getting emotional or our panties in a bunch about what people are or are not doing for us, whether they are validating our ego or not, we have to be the one to validate that ego, especially with this Mars energy. So as much as there is a lot of water energy in the full moon, there's also a lot of earth energy, which is really great because it's all about stabilization. Earth really grounds us. It helps us feel not so chaotic, not so all over the place. That's why you can do grounding exercises like walk barefoot outside in the grass, through the woods, watch your feet as you walk. That really connects you with like stability. And I'm saying all this because Mars is in Taurus right now. Taurus rules the second house, which is our stability, wealth, success, our ability to feel safe and secure in our environment. And it is so important for us to take action steps towards that. It's actually bringing us to this next level of mastery, and Spirit wants you to do that. The North Node is in Aries right now, which really confirms exactly what I'm saying. To actually put the faith and the power within yourself, and knowing that when you do, it's going to lead to way more beauty, way more abundance. Ironically or not, Pluto is retrograding back into Capricorn. So I'm seeing this as cleaning up those final pieces, the people, places, and things that have kind of been left hanging on the fence, or we're not quite certain, or even that value, like I was saying, of these tests coming up. We're seeing people pop up from the past, asking for something, wanting something from you, etc. Eight of Swords. So understanding the places where you are kind of limiting yourself. Places that you are not allowing yourself to have the safety and stability that you need. Sometimes, and especially with Neptune in Pisces, it makes us feel pretty watery. Like it makes us feel a lot of things. We might be buying into illusions, anxiety, worst case scenario, worst fear, that type of vibe. And that's really what the Eight of Swords is saying. I'm hearing this as you're not seeing yourself clearly. You're not seeing yourself in a way like to give yourself accolades, congratulations for how far you've come, for the work you've done to date. That is actually going to make you feel stable, recognizing what you have built to this point. Four of Wands is representative, again, of that foundational energy, feeling like, wow, I've built a good home for myself, or I feel, confident in the amount of money I'm making. I feel that I can progress and gain more, whether it's putting energy into a side hustle or going for a promotion. This is like really building a nice home for yourself. And again, tying back to that fourth house, that Cancerian energy of feeling good in our environment. When we feel good in our surroundings, it's going to give us that much more courage and strength to move forward. Stop focusing on who and what doesn't want to play with you, is what I heard. Who and what doesn't want to be on your team, on your side, or interact with you. It's not worth it, right? Right now is not the time to chase. Actually, right now is the time to be chased, is what I'm hearing. Not from that way of like dangling carrots in front of everybody. We want to make sure that there is a level of reciprocity but we don't want to be the chaser in the relationship. We want to know that someone has good intentions, that they are supportive of, you know, who we are, and they want a harmonious relationship, not control, take advantage, manipulate the situation, etc. And some of this block is coming in from people, places, and things, you know, that just haven't really given you the benefit of the doubt, or have made judgments, criticisms about you, about your character, without doing too much of the legwork, right? It's a lot of assumptions. It's a lot of relying on bad information, gossip, lies, slander. Again, a lot of things from the past that Spirit's really asking us to walk away from and remove ourselves from. And we know it, but Black Moon Lilith is in opposition to, Neptune. She's also square to the Sun and Moon. So Black Moon Lilith is bringing in that kind of trickster energy. It's that energy to make you feel less than, to be like, you know, it's limiting. It's playing on your self-worth and what you want, what you believe you deserve. Because people are showing up that, again, they're just, it's not a vibrational match, or it's just something you don't really want to put time and energy into. And that is where communication is our best friend. And ironically, or not, sorry, I think I've said that a bunch of times. I love to repeat myself, right? So Mercury is in Cancer right now. So we want to make sure that the type of communications we're receiving, the type of people we're engaging with, are actually, again, making us feel good about ourselves, about who we are, and not bringing us down or belittling us, or, you know, again, trying to play into that power struggle, because changes are happening. And I feel like the quicker that we can see whether it feels good for us or fits for us, the quicker we're able to release something out of our energy and move on to the next opportunity. Sorry, my son is giving me a thumbs up. Thank you. Sorry, he had to deliver me a very specific message. So as I was saying, you know, the quicker that we're able to see whether it works for us, whether it fits, do we like what's being said, do we like the actions taking place, etc., the quicker we'll make those changes. And again, sorry to be redundant, but we'll be able to open up to the next opportunity. It's a time to be honest with ourselves. It's a time to be honest and have awareness. Again, that's been popping up a lot in the collective readings. We don't want to sugarcoat anything. Capricorn energy does not. Saturn energy, which rules Capricorn, does not. So it's like, let's just be honest. The more honest we are, the happier we end up being, right? We sometimes don't recognize it when we're in that relationship, in that dynamic, because we're used to the exchange. We're used to how things are playing out, and there is some comfort and comfortability in that. It's also an illusion, you know, and it also can lead to really unhealthy, toxic patterns. It's time to bring a close to it. So we see with the world, let's let go. Let's move on in a way that feels, educated, wise, change the trajectory, change the momentum. You're already doing it. And so it's taking that next step, committing to it on a deeper level, with that bird's eye perspective, with that ability to be a little bit more, rational with your choices, not as much emotion, not as much feeling. Venus energy is the strongest right now that is impacting, which I love. It goes back to what I was saying about that mama love, mama care. We all need it. We all need more love. And the more we can love ourselves and choose to surround ourselves with people who love us, in a way that makes us feel good, that makes us feel supported, not afraid, not like we have to walk around on eggshells around them or afraid of what they're gonna say if we quote unquote did something wrong. Finding that value of acceptance of what is and not trying to change it. We're getting a lot of answers as we communicate, as we talk, as we interact with people, places, and things. And yes, grieve it, feel those feels, understand it is what it is, but then accept it and move on. Continue to push forward. Don't let the worry, the fear, the anxiety that is very present in the astrology right now infiltrate your confidence, your strength, your empowerment, because the way that you're pushing forward is smart, is wise. It just doesn't take away the fact that we have to kind of go through some of the messiness to get there, and allow yourself to feel your feelings. I'm hearing this anger in a righteous way, that righteous anger, when we are angry and pissed off about what has been done to us, what we've put ourselves through, what we've allowed ourselves to put up with or receive the brunt of people's projections, their anger, their narcissistic gaslighting tendencies, etc. I'm hearing this anger as justified, you know. I mean, it doesn't give, it doesn't give you the justification to react poorly, but at the same time, remembering to feel those feels and not be afraid of it. There is a lot of tension in the air. There is a lot of feels being felt, you know, so allow yourself, give yourself the validation, the time, the energy to do that, and don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Don't feel responsible. In terms of, you know, as long as you're like, you know, not engaging in bad behavior, not engaging in anything that is not safe for you or not safe for someone else. That's like my rule of thumb, right? It's hard because it might feel a little bit manic. It might feel a little bit all over the place, but and there is hard work behind it, because it's knowing where to put the fire energy in the right time, in the right space, without exploding, without getting pissed off or unleashing on someone, whether they deserve it or not, right? Like, let's try to play fair. It's going to make you feel better, number one. And honestly, I feel like it is part of that value of overcoming. You know, part of success is knowing when to be humble, when to shut your mouth, when to just say, okay, it is what it is, and to bow out, you know, hopefully in a way that makes you feel. It might suck, it might be humbling, but at the same time, it might save a lot of unnecessary stress, tension, anger. In an ideal world, we wouldn't cultivate that, you know, because everyone is, you know, well, whatever. Everyone's doing the best that they can, and we can't control other people. We can only control ourselves. And that's what a lot of this testing is. Will you control yourself enough to give yourself the abundance and the success that you want and that you deserve? To be continued, all right? Thank you so much for your time and energy always, especially if you've made it this far in the video. Please know I appreciate it. It blesses my heart. I'm sending you all the love, all the blessings as you navigate this chaotic time. I hope it moves fluidly. Definitely drop comments below. I like to hear how things resonate, or if you just want a helping hand of support, I love to love. Thank you again for your time, energy, always. Lots of love.